I do.
Well,
No, I have it on my phone because of convoluted golf television coverage. Because it doesn't actually come on TV until 1, so all morning. But I have it on my ESPN app on my big TV.
Yeah.
Come to work, I can't put it on YouTube. So you know how it is. Golf television coverage wins yet again.
Yeah, the ESPN app definitely does give you a lot, but
I love it. I love it, but it's, switching channels and all that sucks. But anyway, I'm watching. Fleetwood today has been absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this guy's been, I would say Scheffler is also a huge story because he's obviously Scheffler, but he is struggling off the tee all day, like shanking everything to the right, but somehow he's good enough to save himself on almost every hole. But I think he's even. He's lucky to be even.
That wind, let me tell you something. That wind is whipping at times out there. Whipping.
And I'm seeing on the TV right now, you're starting to see some sprinkles. But honestly, back here in Bowden Road, like, it was dark. It's still dark. But it rained for a little bit, but it's done now. So hopefully it just comes and passes.
Yeah,
nice.
And I think
with no lightning.
They have to err on the side of caution. And I've been part of a bunch of rain delays, as you guys can imagine, with my years with PGA Tour Studios. And you just got to ride it out. And if it comes within 8 miles or 10 miles, whatever that circle,
stop it.
You have to deal with it. You got to get people as much warning as possible. Let them say, hey, you got to get to safety. And they don't want you on the golf course where like they'll get you out of the chalets and everything. It's not like if you paid for an expensive ticket, you're going to get to stay there, and the guy has the ground ticket is not. No, you got to clear. And so it's just to be safe. And so we made the decision, and credit Richie first and foremost, our 5-star engineer, for making sure that we had broadcast positions set up there and here, so we're ready to rock and roll. So, Mr. Chubby, if you are, let's just say it does happen, the horn sounds, you can come on over.
It looks like it's about to happen right now. Justin Thomas is lined up for he's on 3. Which for him, I guess, is what? They're on,
that would be 12.
Yeah. And it looks like all the umbrellas are coming out, and he's picking up his team.
All right, so we know all y'all are lined up on A1A, okay? Stacked and packed out there.
Yeah, my gosh.
Pull into Chubby's, have a couple, have something to eat, wait it out.
Have a few.
Come see us, come see us, man.
Anna behind the bar will be more than happy to greet you and make sure that ultras will flow freely today. That's for sure, because we were set up just outside of where Trucks on 10 was, and my Michelob Ultra folks were out there. The Cutwater Spirits folks were out there sampling and doing all sorts of fun things with the fans. And so you can come here and drink some cold Michelob Ultras today. That's for sure.
The horn has officially been blown, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, so that's what you said. They were getting ready, right? So they did do it? Okay, all right.
You know, the Road Scout, as I was walking, he stopped me, and I said, I got to go, man. We're going... we're going live from Mr. Chubby's.
Dan Hicken.
Yeah, they told me, the Road Scout, Dan Hicken, said, they told me they were going to blow the horn right around noon.
He called it.
Once again, the Road Scout
nailed a scout. He's got his eyes way ahead of the picture that you're currently looking at.
Right. Yes.
Okay?
Right.
He's a visionary.
He's playing 5D chess.
Okay.
He is. But, as I'm walking, he's trying to, BS with me, which I love Hick to death. And I go, bro, I got to go, man. I got to hustle.
He's like, my shift is over. I'm ready to chit-chat, which is great. All right, so Chubby's right here on beautiful A1A and 210. I see some of the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office rolling in here, the SJC's finest, under the leadership of Robbie Hardwick. I say it's under the leadership of Scott Beaver. He's more my dude down here in the SJC. But if you guys want to plan on coming by here, we'd love to see you. We've still got leftover free agency to talk about. We also have some stuff that's going on in the college football world that we definitely will get into. And Chris Rodriguez, he's now a Jacksonville Jaguar, a former Kentucky Wildcat, comes from the Washington Commanders this past year, a guy that Liam Cohen is familiar with. It ain't a big splash. I think we all know that.
He played well for you. He played well for the Commanders.
Yeah, and look, you know that I love the player props, and I had Rodriguez in a handful of plays as the season unfolded. Not like I had him all the time. I was always looking for a dude that might be able to deliver some good odds. And so he's a guy, like you just said, he comes in and he's going to be part of that running back room.
He's going to be a push the pile guy. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He is not a east-west guy. He is a north-south guy, man. And that's he's going to be your big bruising back.
Yeah.
And Tootin obviously will be your ETN / type bag, as will LaQuinn. This is going to be a big guy that you're going to give the ball when it's third and short. Actually, with a guy they've been looking for now, who knows how long, right? I guess the idea was Tootin was going to be that guy last year, and then they realized that Tootin was really more like Etienne. But this is a legit pile mover.
Yeah.
Is what Chris Rodriguez is.
Yeah. All right. So as I'm looking out, I'm going to be the Burrish Biedenbaugh, Sweet Lou Turner right now. I'm looking out the big glass from the front of Mr. Chubby's, and the rain is coming down.
Man.
And it is swirling right now. As JJ said earlier, they've sounded the horn. So we'll keep an eye on it. But hopefully folks that can ride it out in some form of shelter, whatever, they will be able to get back out there and get play going a little bit later on. We'll try and ask some of our meteorologist folks that are tied to the tour, what the latest is coming up. But they're saying you're looking at weather that's going to hang out at least for maybe an hour or two, and hopefully they'll be able to get back at it
That's a swing
after
on by
that.
Chubby's.
Yeah. Mr. Chubby's, it's bar stool weather, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
You can come over here and hang out. All right, XL Primetime. Let's keep it rolling right here on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Some of the biggest names in golf take home the trophy.
And Rory McIlroy is a Players Champion.
Catch live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Teed up by LiveForeverGolf.com, Atlantic Infinity, and Firehouse Subs.
The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard update.
I'm Max Fink, back with another Players Championship update. This one brought to you by Surfside Pools and Spas and San Jose Collision. The weather horn is officially blown at this rendition of the Players Championship, hopefully the first and only one that we have to experience this weekend. As we sit right now, Tommy Fleetwood just took the solo lead as he birdied number 2. He's sitting 5 under, a couple shots back. Tied for 4th is Ricky Castillo, the former Florida Gator. He just won his first PGA Tour event last weekend at the Puerto Rico Open, so nice to see him atop the leaderboard. And then Brooks Koepka, Max Homa, Scotty Scheffler are some big names. They're tied for 15th at even par. It's nice to see Brooks back up here in Ponte Vedra. So hopefully the weather should only last about an hour or two, and we'll be able to get back to action. So we'll talk to you in about 20 minutes. I'm Max Fink. This report was brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
The Players Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Fred Taylor. If you've been in an auto accident, you need a team who knows how to get you back on your feet and back to your life. At North Florida Medical Center, they don't just treat the injury, they treat the whole person, from physical therapy to pain management. North Florida Medical Center has a team of experts ready to help you heal and recover. I trust the team here at North Florida Medical Center, and you can too. So don't wait. Call North Florida Medical Center and get the care you deserve.
Explore the mind of a quarterback with our QB guru.
We want to take you into the lab so you can learn more about the science of quarterbacking.
Denny Thompson is the Quarterback Whisperer, driven by George Moore Chevrolet. Friday mornings on The Drill on 1010XL.
The Jacksonville Icemen are in town for 3 games this weekend, starting Friday for Teacher Appreciation, presented by Community First Credit Union. Then Saturday, it's Wizards Night. Wear your house colors and watch the Icemen do battle in special Wizard-themed jerseys. Then Sunday at 3, it's Publix Family Fun Day. Take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #Sub-Zero.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $5,000 per ounce, and silver is over $100 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold and silver for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Beach.
What are the odds of filling out a perfect March Madness bracket?
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The odds of a perfect NCAA men's basketball bracket are astronomically low, about 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Have you been thinking about selling your home and you haven't pulled the trigger? Let me tell you about Chad and Sandy and the experts that will help you make that decision. Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building, so now's the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Need to sell now, need to sell fast, need max price. Check, check, check. Chad and Sandy have the science behind it. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jonathan writes from Mount Pleasant. The only thing standing between me and my dream of hitting the road in my RV was selling my Mount Pleasant home. After hearing Chad and Sandy on the radio, I gave them a call. The results were unreal. In just 3 days, I had multiple offers at full asking price. So can you. Call the local experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy, 414-6200 or ChadAndSandy.com.
Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida. And inside the flip side, the action never stops. If you're tired of hearing about the best games after the final whistle, don't get left on the sidelines. Whether it's a unique sporting event you've never seen, a weekend with the family, or a winning date night, Visit Jacksonville is your ultimate playbook. Get in the game. Head to visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jacks app today and see everything coming in 2026. Jacksonville. Experience the flip side.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
We do sports radio for a living every single day. We love it. It is a position that we cherish. And we know that so many 1010XLers that are out there that we got to see this week or any other time we're out and about, it's awesome. That's for sure. But I do like to play weatherman right now, okay? And thankfully, we don't have weather updates and stuff like that to worry about on our radio show or radio station. But I'm playing weatherman. I'm out the window weatherman right now, and it's already stopped raining. And so that I love. Now, Matt,
I showed you the radar, right?
Yeah. Now, Matt, on the other hand, see, there you go. That's where the round of applause.
Because JJ knows. Yeah. JJ knows what's coming
JJ
up
will
now.
appreciate this. Matt, on the other hand, has studied the radar.
Morbid Matt.
And the movement of this big batch of rain that might still be in the forecast coming as it pushes across the Sunshine State. And I just call it the high pressure versus the low pressure. I have no idea what that means, but I've heard them say that a lot. Okay. And it's all
about the systems.
Yeah,
There's
you have a band of showers that are starting to work.
You have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
In an easterly direction, northeasterly direction. It's moving at about 10 miles per hour. But let's look at the Doppler right now, and let's see what we've got. And then whenever Matt sees red on the radar, oh, my gosh, he thinks it's going to be a hellstorm.
Now, I look at different models.
You don't even know what a Doppler is, do you?
Yeah. You look at the models?
I look at different models. You can't just rely on one model, bro.
So you look at the Euro and the GFS.
And whatever. Right. Yeah, the BCS.
GFS.
My Uncle Tim a long time ago went with the Euro model, and he gave me the underground app for it, everything like that. So I'm like, because if you're worried whether or not a hurricane's going to hit you, I'll pay attention. But for right now, hopefully we don't have too much to worry about because it actually has stopped a little bit. So hopefully that's good news, and we'll see where it goes from here. All right, 641-1010. You guys hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can jump in on the golf, everything that we've been talking about. There's definitely other things. As we mentioned, Chris Rodriguez, simple question, Matt. Are they done? What else is happening? Jimmy Gladstone's is going to speak at 3:45 this afternoon. I'm sure we'll have sound from him turned around pretty quickly if we don't carry it live. But
we're not carrying it live.
Yeah, because there's nothing to go on. Yeah, there's nothing that we even have to worry about right now as far as big signings are concerned. But he will speak at 3:45 later today. So we'll get a little bit of an idea of what their vision is. And like I said, I'm applauding them for the here and now because they're looking at a football team that they want to build through the roster, build through the draft.
Yes. I mean, excuse me, clearly that's, well, it's also that way because that's what they've been stuck with.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one thing that I think we haven't talked enough about is, they were left this hand.
Yeah.
Balky left them this hand.
Right.
With all these contracts. So they've got to play the hand they've been dealt. And this is where they are. Like, Mike Evans is out there. I mean, who wouldn't take a one-year flyer on Mike Evans? Honestly.
Yeah. He's with the 49ers, didn't he?
Right.
Agree to?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, though. But if you had some money, you might have had a chance to get him because of his knowledge with Cohen, right? He stays in the state, doesn't have to go anywhere. It's very easy at that point. But you're now stuck to this ball and chain that Balky left you. So you have to give them a little grace, I think, in this whole situation. Is they're playing the cards they've been dealt, right? Mm-hmm. And they've got the capital that 13-4 season.
Right. And I was looking at some of the numbers here, if I could pull them up. Some of the, just the dead cap money, just to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about. You guys can chime in on the YouTube live stream. You can hit us on the text line as far as whether you're ticked off or not. Like I said, I was running into Jaguar fans around the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass going, what the H? What are we doing? Why couldn't we do this? Why couldn't we do that? And I totally get it. But when you're handicapped the way this team has been and others have been with the actual financials, the dead cap space that eats up a ton of your salary cap room. Yeah. So here it is, 2026 dead cap for each NFL team. The Saints have $114 million worth of dead cap on their salary cap. So that's more than 1/3 of what they have to spend.
And they're a terrible team.
Yeah, exactly. And they were able to find money for ETN, but they got dead cap money that they had to deal with. It's not like they didn't have more cap space to spend, but the dead cap was 114. The Jets had 91. The Dolphins nearly 90. The Browns, the Browns 77. The Texans 66. The Jaguars are next. 53 million, ladies and gentlemen, of dead cap money that's sitting on the books.
It's not good.
Okay,
that's one of the exact reasons why you are where you are, staring at this situation where you're like, what's going on? Are they going to make a move? Are they going to make a move? No, they're hamstrung right now by a previous GM's decisions, and that's you and I have talked about this at length. There was a time there where they were trying to see whether they would allow GMs to move 5 years out with contracts, with restructures, which would really hamper the next guy if it doesn't work for the current guy.
They don't like that.
Yes, and right now it's at 3, and you don't think it's going to go to 5, and I don't think it's going to go to 5 either.
No, and look, you can get this. You're going to get a lot of this cleaned off your books, that's for sure, as things go along. But you start to put other things together, and you say to yourself, okay, if they say goodbye to ETN. And every fan out there, if you enjoyed what ETN did a season ago, you did not want to see him leave. Totally get that. But now you got to say, hey, I got to look at the situation. If I'm Jimmy Gladstone's, I got to come up with a different way, a more affordable way of where to put my money. I like what we did in the draft. We've got guys that are contributing. Let's go get another guy. Let's also make it affordable, a little incentive for him to come in here and Chris Rodriguez. And you got an opportunity to do what you want to do with a whole lot less committed to them cash-wise.
Yeah, and
that's where you're at.
Yes, and you've got to hit on these picks. And the guys you picked last year, the first 3 guys have got to play.
Yeah.
Not just like play and be guys that, are contributors. Start. They got to start.
Right.
And that, that's on them to develop those guys and get them ready to play. Simple as that.
I was looking for the numbers, and the guys at the top, they're expensive. The Saquon Barkleys of the world, well, my gosh, yes, man. You've seen teams that have built and put money in the running back room to make sure that they have what they have. But just take a look at this. Saquon Barkley is a $20 million dude right now. Christian McCaffrey, $19 million dude. Derrick Henry, $15. Kenneth Walker, he just signs the deal, $14.4. Breece Hall, he gets tagged up there, $14.3 up in New York. Jonathan Taylor's going to cost $14. ETN is now going to cost $13 million. How much more or less are you going to get out of this group than you got with ETN? That's the gamble. That's what they're trying to figure out.
Yes, and it's also, look, if again, I keep harping on these draft picks because if you get a starting guard out of Wyatt Milam, you get a starting corner out of Travis Hunter, you get a starting safety out of Ransaw, you get two starters, and maybe if you're really lucky, get 3 starters this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 or 6 contracts there that you're good with for the next 3 years,
right?
Minimum, at manageable prices, and if you develop them and they're good players, then where are you? then
Right.
you're really set up for success with a quarterback who's ascending, with pieces around him who are ascending.
I think I look at these numbers and I say to myself, okay, you guys have obviously overspent to get guys to come here, the Christian Kirks of the world, all the guys that have been paid a bunch of money. But when you have the New Orleans Saints, as an example, with all that dead money that they have to deal with, they have committed with Travis Etienne and Alvin Kamara, a couple of $13 and $12 million guys. That's $25 million, bro, that is going to the running back room,
position,
the
right?
top two dudes.
Right.
This team ain't doing that right now. Who's going to have a better offense overall, a better rushing offense, a better offense in terms of scoring, in terms of yards, all that stuff? $25 million committed to Kamara and to
And they're
Etienne.
thinking about moving Kamara.
It might be.
Or even releasing him, but even still, they'll still have that cap money.
Yeah, and so that's the way it's going to go. Rodriguez, meanwhile, gets $6.2 million fully guaranteed, can make up to $12 million with the contracts, with the language in the contracts, the way they've got it right now, according to Tom Pelissero. So go out there, ball, bro, and see what you can come up with. It's a 2-year, $10 million deal with those extra incentives, 6.2 guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, Bashal Tutin is their guy, but Chris Rodriguez is going to come in here as a guy who's going to want that job, which is good. Like you want that. You want them to push. You want them to push those guys. You want them to make Quinn Allen better. You want him to make Bashal Tutin better. He will be that type of guy. He's always been that type of guy, not only in the NFL but in college as well. He's going to be a tough guy out there.
All right, we're hanging out, Mr. Chubby's. It is Barstool Weather, Michelob Ultra, one of our big players in the Players Championship this week. You can enjoy a cold Michelob Ultra here, along with everything else that they've got. Those chubby wings are outstanding. We know that. And it's a place that we like to hold up and enjoy. And you can watch the players, at least see coverage from earlier until the horn sounds again and they get players back out in play. It looks like it has stopped raining for the most part. Doesn't mean that there's not some still electricity in the air, so we'll see how it goes there. But you guys definitely drop on by Mr. Chubby's, hang out with us. JJ will come back with a song that will basically yell out the lyrics, "Go Our Own Way." In the SEC, once again, Greg Sankey is wearing that T-shirt about going their own way. We will talk about that coming up in a second on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
Live from Mr. Chubby's, Jack O'Brien, kind of flustered from that walk from the trucks on 10 at the Players through some weather here to Mr. Chubby's. Play has now been suspended here at the Players Championship. This report is brought to you by Universal Roof and Contracting and by Dynamic Drives and Design. This is the 46th year of the stadium course and the 44th Players to be conducted on Dye's design. And with just a few variations, the course has stood the test of time, although since last year, number 12 has been modified slightly as a new trap on the right side of the fairway. And number 16, the tree in front of the green, through no fault of its own, actually through decay, has been altered as well. But one hole that hasn't been modified from Dye's original version, the 17th. 1,068 shots have gone in the water since the tour began tracking in 2003. To 1,068. While play suspended, Tommy Fleetwood holds the lead, a one-shot lead over Maverick McNeely at 5 under par. McNeely's at 4 under. Both of them are through 11. Victor Hovland, 3 under par, 2 shots back. He's played through 10. Bud Cauley and Danny Walker, Ricky Castillo, and Ludwig Oberg are also at -2. Bunch of players at -1, including Max Homa. He's birdied 3 in a row. He opened his round today with an eagle on number 10 and was standing right there when he did it. We're live from Mr. Chubby's. This report has been brought to you by TopDressing.com. I'm Jack O'Brien. We'll be back in 20 minutes.
Ahead, We build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Shoot your shot with Prize Picks and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. Don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks, Prize Picks. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. It's just that simple, everyone. And now Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You can choose flex play and get paid even if one of your picks misses, or power play for the biggest payouts. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code 1010XL and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play 5. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play 5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Meet John and Ben Lupo, first and second generation owners of Jacksonville's Beards Diamonds.
We can do things that these corporate stores cannot do. Make decisions on the spot. Our pricing is better than anybody else's. We do not do commissions.
We really try to keep it a family environment, relaxed. We're not trying to sell you what we want. We're trying to listen to what you want.
In fact, don't be surprised if you end up spending less at Beards than you had budgeted, because they're going to teach you how to buy a diamond like a dealer buys and show you how to buy smart.
If we can save the consumer money, we're all about that. If we can achieve the same look, the same quality, and for them to spend less, that's what Beards is built on.
Why pay more if you don't have to?
Dad always taught me from day one is you got to look at the diamond. You can't just buy off the paperwork. Rather than us just saying, hey, this one's $7,000, the other one's $10,000, we're going to tell the consumer why this one's $7,000 and why this is $3,000 less, but almost looks identical.
Don't overpay at the Wall Street-owned corporate chain. Get the transparency and value you deserve at Beards at St. John's Town Center.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hi, this is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine. If you are a young athlete or a weekend warrior, I treat you with the care and expertise that is needed to diagnose and treat your injury. Come see me at Bari Orthopedics to get the care that you need.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com. And follow Doc on Instagram at Dr.GeorgeBari.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
Thursday, opening round of the Players suspended play right now, but we will keep our eye on that. And let's talk a little college ball. Go our own way. That
Very
is-
underrated guitarist, by the
Oh
way,
my
Lindsey
gosh,
Buckingham. Very underrated.
Yeah, Lindsey Buckingham. You can go all the way through the band Fleetwood Mac, and mucho respect for that group that stood the test of time. And this song definitely still popular as ever. But Go Our Own Way is kind of what SEC President Greg Sankey is once again singing, maybe not just to himself, but to the rest of the college football world. You, Matt, with your USA Today job, along with all the others, the Ross Dellingers, the Matt Hayes, the Brett McMurphys of the world, they're all talking about it again, that there is more angst and possible exile in the college football world.
Yeah, I think there's frustration, and it's not. So let me say this real quick. This is not Greg Sankey. Don't get mad at Greg Sankey, okay? This is the 16 presidents and chancellors of the SEC. They make the decisions, tell Sankey, and Greg Sankey executes. That's his job. That's what he gets paid for. He herds cats at times because there's different opinions from different people.
Right.
But they make the decisions, not him. So, and that's the way it works in every conference. Like the 18 presidents and chancellors of the Big Ten make the decision, not Tony Petiti.
I'm still going to ask you a dumb question.
So let's see. So
I know,
now,
but I want to ask you a dumb question.
all right, go ahead.
I'm
Real
the
quick.
king
Go
of it.
ahead.
Who knows more about what the situation is, Greg Sankey or those presidents?
You'd be surprised. Like Jerry Moore at Georgia is very in tune to it. In fact, speaking of this whole situation, he's not only said they may not have a choice to go their own way, but he's also suggested that the league, if they did go their own way, Joe, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Would want to play with schools following whatever rules they have. In other words, if you follow the SEC's rules and standards, now the problem is they don't like what's going on right now with the rules in college football, in college sports. They don't like the governance system. They don't like the way things are enforced. Excuse me. So what Morad is saying is like, look, if we go our own way, if we do, we're only going to play teams that basically follow the same rules we follow.
Right.
What does that tell you?
Mm-hmm.
How many teams are going to be following the same rules they follow? None. Unless they get together with the Big Ten.
Okay.
Now, if they get together with the Big Ten, then you're talking about a legit pull away where you will have a mini NFL because you've got 34 teams there. And it will be set up, my guess, very similar to the way, structurally, the way the NFL is. Because the presidents are not dumb. The presidents, chancellors of these two, two conferences, they're not dumb. They see the NFL product. They see the success in it, obviously.
Yeah.
And they see, like, where this sport is headed with paying players, with sharing revenue. They get it. I mean, the Big Ten just came out yesterday and said they want to pause from the NCAA on a moratorium on all enforcement on. You ready for this, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
On basically cheating. Okay.
That is so laughable.
Because it's what they're trying to do is what they said was players need more than just a week to decide where they're going to go. So it's really not. It's really not illegal. Hang on. It's really not illegal for other schools to reach out to the players prior.
So they're going to approve.
It's really not tampering. So they want to literally eliminate tampering.
They're going to go with legal tampering, just like the NFL.
Yes, but it's not going to be 52 hours. It'll be like 52 days.
Forever. Whenever. How about that?
Yeah,
that's what it's going to be. Forever, whenever.
So it's
a joke.
Okay, I don't agree with the length that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I agree with their point. Their point is not the wrong point. The point is if you're telling these kids, hey, you have 1 week to figure out. Well, you're in for 1 week. You have as long as you want. But these kids now realize is once you get in, you've got to do something quick because if you don't, the scholarships are going.
Right.
They're going. Unless you're an elite guy, the scholarships are going.
Okay.
So their point is you got to give these kids a little more leeway to figure out what they could be doing. I don't disagree with what their thought process is.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the idea of if it's going to be 3, 4, or 5 weeks. It can't be 52 hours because there's too many players.
I'm just going to say another dumb question because if they all the stuff that they anticipate, if it's only a 1 week window, they are already dealing with in an illegal tampering way.
It's only a 1 week window to get in. Their whole point is that's fine. The NCAA is saying, well, they have a week to get in, but they don't have to make their decision until the classes start.
Exactly. They
Right.
got all sorts
Right.
of time.
But then the Big Ten and the SEC are coming. Well, not the SEC, but I'm sure the SEC agrees with this. The Big Ten's coming back and saying, okay, fine. But the way this transfer portal's going is These spots are going quickly. If you're an elite guy, you can hang out and wait for your best deal, like Darian Menza, like Sam Levitt.
Yeah.
If you're a guy that's a second-tier guy,
which is what they did,
you are in danger of losing a spot, losing a scholarship.
I guess I just get worn out with all this minutia, all this bull crap, all this stuff that's going on.
I actually think they're just laying the groundwork to pull away.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna, these two conferences that can't agree on anything, they're gonna agree on we got to get out.
Right. They're gonna. This is the. What is it? Strange Bedfellows.
Yes.
Because you're going to have to do it together. And I still, honestly, Matt, and like I said, I want to talk ball. I want to talk about the guys that are coming back. I got some numbers to throw at you.
That's all anyone wants to talk about except the president. You know what they want to talk about? Financial sovereignty. That's what they want to talk about.
Money.
They don't want to have to pay for other people's sports.
Yeah.
And their point is, even if they're guaranteed, which they don't think will happen, if they're guaranteed with the Sports Broadcasting Act, when they all pool their rights together, if they're guaranteed to not make less than what they're making now, and in a sense make more, their point is we're still giving people our prime viewing windows. They're still getting stronger off our back because we're the teams everybody wants to watch.
Yeah.
And look, it's difficult to disagree with them because they've done the heavy lifting of becoming these schools and these conferences that people want to watch. So it's hard for them to just say, all right, well, we're going to give it up now.
Right. No, I get that part of it as well because I just feel like, you know what, I think the main crux of all this is they've given up more money than they ever have, and they don't like it.
Of course it is.
And that is the
I'll tell you the main crux of it.
Of all this.
The main crux of it is if in 2021 when Texas and Oklahoma said, hey, we want to go to the SEC, if the Big Ten and the SEC had any modicum of a working relationship where they could talk to each other, the presidents could have called and said, hey, Texas and Oklahoma wants to come here. We're not going to take them. You don't take them. Because if we do, we're going down a bad road. Because it was 10 years earlier when they ate the Big East. Remember the Big East? They ate the Big East.
It's a distant memory in football.
And now they ate the Pac-12, which is coming back, but it's not the Pac-12.
Yeah.
So, I mean, someone had to have seen that coming, and no one did. So they just allowed that to happen. They allowed the Big Ten to go after 2 LA schools to start and then raid the rest of the Pac-12 and basically eliminate the Pac-12. So that's where this thing starts. If they had just left it all alone, everybody would still be happy and still be making money.
Yeah. All right. Let's just go through this real fast because like I said, it's never ending. It's not going to be fixed, finished, or figured out. What would it look like if the Big Ten and the SEC split? You have 18 and 16, correct? That's what you have right now.
34 total teams, right.
So 34, and then they're going to say, hey, if we split, let's bring some others with us. Let's get to 48.
I don't know that they do that.
Okay, all right, so then let's just keep it right there, 34.
So if they do that, what it will look like is they'll play each other. There'll be no more non-conference games. They will play each other every game, every sport.
Yeah.
It'll be like a professional league. Is what it'll be. And you will literally, Joe, you will be covered college athletics from Seattle to Gainesville.
Yeah.
From LA to Piscataway, New Jersey, and from Minneapolis to Austin, Texas. You will have the entire continental United States covered.
Yeah. Yeah. I dig that. I know it's possible. I understand it. It just ain't all of college football. All right, you guys let us know what you're thinking about that. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We will keep an eye on the weather. I see Fast Eddie and these boys have come into Mr. Chubby's.
It's packed here.
Yeah. And so, listen, and as soon as you saw people come in, boom, straight to the bar. They took up every seat at the bar.
Here's the thing, by the way.
They are slap busy. Look at my boys. They got wet shorts, okay? They've been in the rain, crossing the street.
When we were leaving, 10:45-ish,
right?
I'm going out, and the crowd was just funneling in.
Yeah.
There was, I'm telling you right now, and they still may because the rain's going to stop eventually.
Yeah.
I bet this is going to be a record Thursday. Dude, it was packed.
Well, just for
people trying to get in.
Some of our nooners, it's raining downtown. It's on its way. Stay dry. Y'all be safe out there. How about this one? Y'all be safe out there. A tornado just ripped through Phillips Highway and University, tore the roof off of a building. Holy crap. And so there definitely was some of that kind of violent activity that was coming through. And so hopefully everybody's okay. and that whatever the brunt of it that we've already seen. Another one, it's coming down, boys, over here. It is absolutely pouring, and so we'll see whether or not we can shake loose from this weather cell. But you guys let us know how it's looking. And we'll keep it rolling. XL Primetime, Mr. Chubby's, Joe C., Matty Hayes. Big Sur says today and tomorrow off. JJ making it all happen back at HQ.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Get Florida Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
It's a weekend of spring baseball in the Swamp. 23rd ranked Florida and South Carolina. Friday and Saturday night and Sunday at 1 on 1010 AM.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Chevrolet is proud to be a 7-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient, the only dealership in Northeast Florida to ever win this prestigious award, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. Visit nimnickchevy.com to learn more. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right. Where do you go? The answer is simple. Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
What does your dream backyard look like? The team at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. At CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living, CSSOutdoor.com.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
March is coming in like a lion at Best Bet, and Clockwork Cash Out is back with a vengeance at all locations. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in March, from 6 p.m. till midnight, $500 will be given away every 30 minutes while playing the table games. The excitement is roaring at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. For more details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Get ready for Men at Work. And Toad the Wet Sprocket. Live in concert. Friday, July 17th, St. Augustine Amphitheater with Shonen Knife. Get tickets now at AXS.com. Don't miss Men at Work and Toad the Wet Sprocket.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
Firefighters, paramedics, police officers, they take care of us, and at AMCO, we're proud to take care of them. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. As an essential business, we work on every kind of car repair with flexible financing and extra safety precautions. Essential, reliable, trusted. That's the men and women who are there for us, and it's our honor to be there for them. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia. AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care.
This is Frank Frangie. Over the past 11 years, the weight loss industry has seen it all. New medications, fad diets, sculpting. Yet Awaken 180 still stands alone as the proven solution for lasting weight loss. Results at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida.
That's 20, 25 minutes or so, and they've only pushed back the afternoon tee times about 30 minutes.
Okay, that's great news, bro. That is excellent
Love
news.
that.
We love hearing that, and we'll look forward to seeing as much golf that can be put in as possible. Like we said, the guys, a couple guys, Fast Eddie being one of them, comes in with, he says, man, he said it came down. Now, he's a Yulee man, okay? He's a Navy, retired, and has served this great nation across in all sorts of stops, including Bahrain, his latest. And he said it was scary there for a second as far as the activity, wind whipping through everything. We did hear from some folks who said there was like tornadic conditions that were out there. But great to hear that the horn has sounded to get them back out on the golf course. We'll see how it goes and if they can get the rest of it in as we go along. All right, so we were talking a little bit about college football, and like we said, it's the worst thing any of us want to talk about because it has nothing to do with football, and it drives you bananas, but that's where we are. So just to kind of sum that up real quick, Matt, and then I want to get to at least a couple of the college things beyond all the legalese that goes on.
Right.
Is there anything that's going to happen this off season that's going to change the way we look at college football? Is there any landmark thing that's coming down the pike? You got the sports commission, people meeting up in D.C. I got a little bit of a kick out of Yankees president Randy Levine, one of the guys chiming in on it.
Had the best idea of everybody.
Yeah.
His idea was, hey, why don't we just give them an antitrust exemption for 2 years?
Right.
And if they screw it up, we'll take it away. and we'll start over.
It is kind of interesting that outsiders, and I guess I was joking.
Hang on real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The problem with that is, and I wanted to make this point because this is kind of important. The problem with that is if you get to a point where you say, okay, we're going to give it for 2 years, and they screwed up, and in those 2 years they limit the amount of money players can make, when they've proven they screwed it up and they take it away, all those players that got limited are going to sue to get what they deem their value was worth. So that's what you're going to deal with. Look, at the end of the day, these guys have representation now, and they have, for the most part, the courts on their side. For the most part.
Yeah.
So they're going to go judge shopping, they're going to get friendly judges, and they're going to get cases turned in their favor. So you asked me what could happen in the offseason. Anything, Joe. Absolutely anything. It's just there is literally no center right now, no ground zero for this thing. It's all over the place. And I think anyone who watched the Trump roundtable, which was a complete clown show, could have seen right there that not one person in that room knew how to fix it. The Yankees president had the best idea.
Right.
A simple idea. And even that one comes with a lot of issues.
Well, I'm sitting there trying to think about whether or not outsiders need to be looking into the world of college football. And I said to myself quickly, well, hell yeah, because the insiders have screwed it up so much. You do need some outside opinions, outside voices to say. And baseball's got its own share of problems. There are so many big spenders versus so many little spenders, but they figured it out with their luxury tax and all that kind of stuff. It's a different problem that the college football world has, but it doesn't mean that there's not a problem.
Right. Well, so Levine's idea is to by giving the universities an antitrust exemption, he's giving them the power. Mm-hmm. They now have the power. Okay. So what they can do then is they can make rules, because they're not going to get sued by the federal government.
Yeah.
They can make rules to limit player movement and to limit player financial gains, okay? Yeah. And to eliminate the private NIL. Now, like I said, if it busts, they're coming back. They're going to all those players all that money, right. and they will get all of it. The reality is this, Joe. The only way this thing really works is if they make these guys employees, the players. Mm-hmm. They make them employees. They collectively bargain. That's the only way you're going to stop player movement. There's no other way.
All right, we'll keep it rolling on that subject. We'll get back into the looking at that leaderboard. You got Jack O'Brien with leaderboard updates coming your way. Plenty more on XL Primetime on 1010XL, 92.5 FM, your home for the players. We definitely will enjoy being back out there in full force tomorrow. But one guy that I know is still there is one of our favorites, Ian Carter from the BBC.
Nice.
He speaks the language that you all want to hear, talking golf. He will be coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. The home of the home team you grew up with.
What a tremendous play by Fred Taylor. What an embarrassment for the Miami Dolphins.
1010XL. The Players' Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard Update.
Live from a packed house at Mr. Chubby's, high-flying Jack O'Brien here. Play is currently suspended at the Players' Championship during the first round due to a weather situation. This report is brought to you by Capital Glass and Shower Doors, North Florida Medical Center, and by G&H Tires and Service. Well, there are 7 rookies who are here for the first time this year. 3 of them are scheduled to play at 3 o'clock this afternoon, although since play is suspended, that may change. Zach Bachu, who is out of Oklahoma State, A.J. Ewart, a 5-year pro out of Canada, and Sudarshan Yelamaraju, a 7-year pro who was born in India but now resides in Canada. You can check them out this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Also in the field is Johnny Kiefer, the 2025 Korn Ferry Tour Player of the Year, who broke the single-season scoring record. He played the first 6 holes in one under par, now 4 over after going bogey, triple bogey, and bogey on the back of the front, on the back 9. Play is now resumed at the Players' Championship, and as we check the leaderboard before we come back, again, Maverick McNeely and Tommy Fleetwood, both at, McNeely now at 5 under par with a 1-stroke lead over Tommy Fleetwood. We're live at Mr. Chubby's in Ponte Vedra. I'm high-flying Jack O'Brien. We'll be back in 20 minutes now, back to XL Prime Time.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 1:35 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Who's MIA, who's coming back? Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 1:35 on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
Gold and silver prices are near all-time highs. If you have old jewelry just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants to buy it. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. The Estates Roadshow is coming back to the First Coast March 16th through the 20th in St. Augustine at World Golf Renaissance and in Palm Coast at the Holiday Inn Express. For more info, visit estatesroadshow.com or follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook to see all upcoming local events and locations.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Mike Dempsey, if you're thinking about a bathroom upgrade, maybe turning that old tub into a safer walk-in shower, check out 5 Star Bath Solutions. I shopped around, talked to several companies, and I chose 5 Star because their customer service was simply incredible. Responsive, honest, upfront about the entire project, and their pricing was even better than expected. When you're ready for a fresh look, better comfort, and a bathroom space you'll love using every day, schedule your free consultation at 5starbathsolutions.com and get the 5-star experience.
If your lawn took a beating this winter, listen up. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. They've just started the first of 3 rounds of premium granular fertilizer. No cheap liquid fertilizer here. Custom blended for Northeast Florida lawns. Their certified technicians apply slow-release nutrients. Rebuild your lawn thick, strong, and green over time. Plus, they protect your home from pests and termites. Call Julington Creek Pest Control today. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in Trackman-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, Underwoods has sold fine quality diamonds for a long time. Why is that important?
Frank, if you drew a line with the poorest diamonds with the lowest prices to the left and the highest quality to the right, our diamonds are at the far right end. Now, once we know the weight, the grading factors of cut, color, and clarity have to be considered. And the one that's talked about the least, but it's the most important to us, is the diamond's cut grade, because it has a huge implication on both the price and the beauty, and thus the value. I've bought diamonds for Underwoods for over 30 years, so I know what's out there. And the cut grade's just not important to most diamond sellers. That's really been the Underwood difference, because beautifully cut diamonds result in the most important thing they can do. They bring a joy of owning and wearing a diamond, not just today, but tomorrow and into the future. That's why it's important to us.
And it should be to you too, because nothing brings more joy than a diamond from Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra since 1928.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Now, we were hoping that we wouldn't have to do it by phone, that we would have Ian Carter with us at our setup right outside of Trucks on 10. But with the weather coming through the way it did, we had to pivot to Mr. Chubby, so that's where we are. I already told Ian as we welcomed him, and I said, bro, you would love Mr. Chubby's. Wish you were over here. Ian, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm very good, but I fear that security just wouldn't let me into a place like that.
I guarantee you could get VIP service here, sir. All right, so let's get into a little bit of your thoughts as far as just coming into this Players' Championship, because it's always a treat for us to visit with you and kind of give us a picture. Ian, long time with the BBC. Obviously, you see a heck of a lot of golf around the globe. But the build-up for this tournament, in your mind, how big was it before we get to the actual scoring?
I just think it's always big. It's a lot of the players this week have been talking about. Brooks Koepka was making this point. You know, this is the start of the meat of the golf season, and it is an event that people look forward to. And speaking on behalf, if you like, of the overseas audience, they recognise this tournament way more than anything that's gone before in the PGA Tour season in 2026. I think it's regarded not as a warm-up for the Masters, but as a pathway towards the first major of the year. Of course, Rory McIlroy winning it for the second time last year put it further into the consciousness of the UK audience, definitely. And you sense from the players, that this championship was looming in the build-up, and here we are. We're underway. We're in familiar surroundings, and it's always a week that everybody looks forward to.
So, Ian, obviously it's a must-play for the players because of the purse. For the Euros, those who follow golf, is it must-watch for them? I mean, is this like a big deal?
It is, because people, we always talk about it, don't we? That stretch of 16, especially 17, and then 18, they're holes that people know. When the U.S. Open goes to Shinnecock Hills this year, it'll only be the very, very most ardent golf fans who will remember any of the holes there, because it's only every few years that the world's best players play there. But of course, it's every year here at Sawgrass. People play this game on their computers, on their simulators. They play this course, and so it's very, very familiar. And I think, Augusta always benefits from that with the Masters as well. And we all know that it's a very, very prestigious title. It's one that all the players want to win. And it's therefore an event that the fans get excited by.
We're talking with Ian Carter, the BBC. He is here covering the Players' Championship as we just got the headbanging music back inside Mr. Chubby. So hopefully you can still hear us, Ian. But the guys that jumped out, Tommy Fleetwood was one of my choices, Ian. And the Englishman is finally a winner on American soil, getting the FedEx Cup in his hands late last year. How do you think he's off to a great start?
He is off to a great start. He's just dropped a shot on the 13th of his round. But that spell, 16, 17, and 18, holding from just off the green with the putter on 16 for eagle, and then a good one on 17 for birdie, another good one on 18 for birdie there, and getting up and down at the second, his 11th for another birdie. As I say, he's dropped that shot, so he's out of the share of the lead with Mav McNeely. But I think you're absolutely right to highlight that victory in Atlanta last year. It was such a breakthrough, and it was so hard earned, so many near misses before that in terms of trying to win on American soil. And making that breakthrough, I think, is going to be massive for him. This is a huge year for Tommy Fleetwood. He's at the very height of his powers. He's up there in the world rankings. He's a winner in America. The next stage of a breakthrough for him would be to win either this event or one of the majors. And the Open Championship this year is at Royal Birkdale, which is his local course in the northwest of England. So he will have earmarked 2026 for no end of reasons. And this is the time when he wants to capitalize on what is most likely to be the peak time of his career.
So, Ian, I want to ask you to speak to this, the idea of, guys like Fleetwood, guys like Tony Finau, who just uber talented golfers, but haven't won a major yet. What is the difference between playing on a high level on all these other courses and playing in a major or a tournament like this where, it's every shot means something?
Yeah, I mean, we in the media obviously build up to the majors. The players are aware of it. They know that they are the events that define careers, and it's how you handle that pressure. I think, from a British point of view, we can look back at the careers of, say, a Colin Montgomery or a Lee Westwood, who won so many tournaments. Montgomery got up to number 2 in the world. Westwood got to number 1 in the world, but they never won a major, and they always just came up short in those biggest tournaments. And it is conceivable, and without wanting to do him down, and I do think that Fleetwood is perfectly capable of winning a major, but he may end up with a Montgomery Westwood type career where you've done everything else in the game but not won that major. But if it's your week and it coincides with a major, then you win it. JJ Spawn showed us that at the US Open. I mean, he's a great player. We didn't know that until this week last year when he very nearly won the Players' Championship, losing the playoff to Rory McIlroy. But, he seized his moment at Oakmont last year, and he's a major champion. And if you were to say, JJ Spawn is a major champion, but Lee Westwood never was, then you'd say that there's a bit of inequality there. But that's just the nature of golf. And if you've got to make sure that it's your week in the biggest event. And, similarly, the fact that Rory McIlroy went 11 years without a major win, given what else he was doing in that period, in the rest of the golfing calendar, it just made no sense. And that's just one of the factors that distinguishes golf, I think, from pretty much every other sport.
It's crazy. From 2014 to 2025, Rory was shut out, and everyone wondering what's up and will it ever, and that type of stuff. And then, like you just described, Ian, J.J. Spawn almost made the putt here. He could have been a Players and a major title holder last year, like Rory was. A couple more for Ian Carter from the BBC. So as we look at the leaderboard and the way you think this weather will play out, what's the number that you have in your head right now? Because honestly, Ian, we haven't had a whole hell of a lot of rain here. I felt like they were going to try and speed these greens up. They had a little brownish look to them yesterday, but they're already firing at flags. What do you think the number will be?
Yeah, I'm surprised at the level of the scoring. I don't know. I think I'd be very happy with 14, 15, 16 under by the end of it, which kind of feels just about right. I don't know. I think it's just too early to tell. I mean, the wind has been pumping today, and the scoring, McNeely 5 under is fantastic. But then again, you're in the top 10 if you're the right side of par right now. So it's in the hands of how much rain we get, and it's supposed to be wet this afternoon. That will soften the course up, and how hard the wind blows. So it honestly, I think it could be any number at the moment. Seeing a lot of players struggling with 17 at the moment, just trying to gauge that wind. So, there are plenty of birdies out there, but there are plenty of big numbers as well.
All right, real quick before we turn you loose, Victor Hovland is a guy that's flashing right now. He's through 13 holes. He's 3 under par, finishing on the front side. It would be a great, great story if he could get back to that form where he won a FedEx Cup.
Oh, absolutely. And, there's so much about his game to like, but there are so many variables in his game. He's always trying something new. One thing that has struck me today is just how good his chipping looks. He chipped in for birdie at 18. I saw another chip a short while ago, and that can be an area where he does struggle, but it looks very tight. It looks very compact in terms of the action. I'm no expert on golfing technique, but you can see players, whether in their body language, how comfortable they are over those kind of shots. And there have been long periods when Hovland has not looked comfortable with those kind of shots. Today, he looks really, really dialed in with his technique around the greens, and that is always a key thing for him. If that is dialed in, as it was at the Ryder Cup in Rome, then he becomes a very, very dangerous player.
All right, Ian had to do that. That was a drive-by right at the end. The
totally
salvo from Europe to the United States. That one hurt, Ian. Thank you very much, as always.
I could go further. I could go further.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you over there in the media center.
I look forward to it. Good to see you guys.
Right. Yes, sir. Ian Carter, the BBC.
Yes, sir.
He's unbelievable. He does a great job, but boy, did they kick our tail. Once again, it doesn't matter what soil they are on. They kick Americans' butt in the Ryder Cup.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Exclusive access, local voices, unmatched coverage. Only on 1010XL.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Teed up by
Atlantic Infinity, Hollis Pools, and Poor Tap Room.
the Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard update.
Good afternoon, live from Mr. Chubby's. Plays now back on here at the first round of the Players with Maverick McNeely on top by a shot over Tommy Fleetwood. This report sponsored by Purple Heart Pools, Duck Rooter, and by Jack's Outdoor Solutions. High Flying Jacko here. 123 players this year instead of 144. 7 past champions and 14 first-timers. But you can bet that Emiliano Grillo, is that how you pronounce that? Grillo? The 15-year pro from Argentina, 10 over going into his final hole. There's no doubt he will probably, maybe not make the cut. Anyway, McNeely's got a 2-stroke lead over Tommy Fleetwood now after 14 holes. Victor Hovland also at 3 under par, 2 shots back. Bud Cauley, Ricky Castillo, Tony Finau, Ludwig Oberg, good grief. Justin Thomas and Matt Fitzpatrick are all 3 shots back at 2 under par. And Scotty Scheffler still at even par along with Brooks Koepka. As we dig just a little bit deeper down the line here, we see Grieserman, who started really hot today, is now +1 after 17, going into his final hole. We're live at Mr. Chubby's in Ponte Vedra. Join us when you leave the Players, won't you? I'm High Flying Jacko. We'll be back in 20 minutes with our next report from Mr. Chubby's. Now back to XL Prime Time.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Hicken here. This is the perfect time to clean your air ducts as you deal with allergy season, AC efficiency, post-winter, and more. This month, take 15% off dryer vent cleaning and air duct cleaning. Clothes taking longer to dry? Built-up lint restricts airflow and increases fire risk. Professional dryer vent cleaning helps dryers run safer and more efficiently. Call Zero Res today. It's a quick service and a peace of mind. Go online at zerosjacksonville.com and tell them you want the 1010XL special.
Rookies, free agents, and trade talk.
The ability to see the future and react to it. Now that is what I do.
The off-season is a time to tune up the roster.
I'm all ears.
Follow the road to the regular season with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and if you think Closets by Design is just closets, you've got to see their brand new showroom at Phillips and Emerson. It's amazing what they can do. See for yourself how they custom design organization for any space. Garages, laundry rooms, bedrooms, even the man cave. It's all about smart storage that fits your lifestyle and budget. Schedule an appointment to meet with a design consultant and tour the showroom for ideas you can see and touch. Start at closetsbydesign.com.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS. Thank you, IHRS. Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Need or want cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
All right, Jacksonville, you know spring has officially arrived when the pollen's flying, the grass is growing, and your septic system starts thinking about getting your attention. Trust me, a simple pump out now can save you from a disaster that'll have the whole neighborhood holding their noses. That's why you call Duck Duck Rooter the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida. Real pros, not somebody guessing with a shovel. Right now, schedule your spring septic clean and get $50 off septic tank pumping. So when you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
All right, now this could be problems for some bubble teams. It actually could be nothing for bubble teams. Like it should be nothing for bubble teams. But Miami of Ohio, the last unbeaten, and we're going to get into this. I'm going to explain how this is just a farce, all of it, is now no longer unbeaten. They lost to UMass in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament, okay?
I predict Bruce Pearl will lead with that today on his CBS
So
Sports,
let me just explain something about Miami of Ohio, okay? Well, you see 31-0, and now it's 31-1. I'm gonna tell you what I see. Okay, their non-conference schedule, according to KenPom, which is the rating service that the NCAA tournament uses as part of its many metrics, is 361st in the nation. There's 365 Division I teams. Okay,
that's low. Is that bad?
Hang on. Miami has played 15 Quad 4 games. Quad 4 games are the worst games you can play. All right, the lowest level that you can play in the formula. They didn't play a single Quad 1 game. Not one.
Not yet. Not one.
Miami played, and I swear I'm not making this up, 3 teams called Trinity Christian, not Trinity Christian you're thinking of, okay?
Over on the west side.
Indiana East. And you ready for this? Milligan. Not to be confused with Mulligan.
Or Barry.
Or Barry, for that matter. They're all 3 NAIA schools. They all 3 are part of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Reigns, in its heyday, when they were running around out there, could actually probably win the Appalachian Athletic Conference, okay? Look, this is who people say deserves a spot because they ran through this terrible schedule. Their conference to MAC is rated 17th by Ken Baum. 17, Joe.
Yeah.
Once you get past 7 conferences, that ends the 2 bid leagues. The rest of them are 1 bids. So from 8 until 16, all those conferences, 1 bid conferences, are ahead of the MAC.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that the only reason you're going to give these guys a bid is because they went undefeated in the regular season. How many of the 365 NCAA Division I teams would have gone undefeated against that schedule?
That's a pretty crappy schedule. And it's funny because one of our texters, our nooners, our prime timers is saying the same thing. You know, what happens with the other teams, bubble teams. And I'm sure the selection committee and those with the bracketology degrees, the Lenardis of the world and Jerry Palm and all of them, they'll have something to say about it. It was a good story. Bruce Pearl got hammered for hammering them. He wasn't wrong necessarily based on what you just said, but the housed in March Madness is the Cinderella story. We all know that. And they would have had an opportunity if they had kept the streak going and were unbeaten. They would have had an opportunity to be a play-in or whatever. But that's a pretty crappy example of how they got to be unbeaten as deep into the season as they did. And so, yeah. Look,
UMass was 7-11 in the 17th ranked conference. And they beat Miami.
This runs right along the same lines as James Madison and Tulane being in the college football playoff. It just so happens there's a 68-team field, and they can figure out a way to get them in because, like we said, Cinderella is housed in March Madness, and college football got a little taste of that, and obviously those teams got overwhelmed with the teams that they were playing, but it's just part of the field of 68 that one of these teams is going to get in, then they're going to be quietly or summarily dismissed.
So UMass
and right now they just got summarily dismissed.
UMass, the team that beat Miami, had lost 6 of their previous 7.
Yeah, beautiful. That's classic.
I mean,
now,
you got to be kidding me right now. Seriously.
What was their record? What was it?
17-4. When the MAC tournament started was 16-15. UMass.
Okay.
16-15.
So the chat.
I mean, if the tournament puts Miami in that tournament, if the tournament committee puts Miami in the tournament, they're doing a disservice to. And I'm not even talking about Auburn or Texas. I'm talking about the Santa Claras and the New. No, I'm not. I'm talking about the Santa Claras and the New Mexicos who, if they don't win their tournament, they're out.
Yeah.
And it's not right because they have much better resumes than Miami does.
Oh, yeah, look, like I said, I think there's plenty of good arguments for the other teams that need to be looked at, viewed ahead of them or whatever. I'm just simply saying Cinderella lives inside March Madness. And whenever you have these stories,
Santa Clara could be Cinderella too.
Right. Of course. But I'm just talking about the unbeaten that's screaming for attention out of the MAC. It's not like the MAC is a terrible.
Well, thank goodness UMass did us all a favor and ended that story.
Right.
Okay?
But see, it's so funny. This cracks me up. Matt gets so angry at these guys, and
no. I get upset when teams willfully don't try. They're trying to argue that no one would play them because they had such a senior laden team and they were experienced that none of the schools who they say, by the way, were trying to take their players.
Yeah.
And their players decided to stay there at Miami O. They said no one wanted to play them because they were afraid to play them.
Yeah, and remember, we talked about this last year coming out of the first weekend of the NCAA tournament, that Cinderella was dead in a lot of ways because the mid-majors, the one-bid leagues, all the great stories that come along with them, those players transfer portal their way into other situations and came to
better schools. Yeah,
and that's why Arkansas was
better money.
The Cinderella last year because they were a double-digit seed, an 11 seed that made it into the round of 16, and of course played into the second weekend. But
they weren't really. They had 3 NBA guys in their team.
I know, but they were an 11 seed. That's why I said you had to name them Cinderella because nobody else was left. That's my whole point. Is that John Calipari, at the very least, they rallied late and they had a mid record, and that's why they were the 11 seed. They were good.
I love the Cinderellas. I want to see the Cinderellas.
And that's when Boogie got healthy last year. Remember, for them, people forget that as well.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how they got on that run towards the end. So bottom line is that Cinderella isn't going to happen nearly as often with these deep runs anymore. And this is probably a good example that they kind of got whacked before you even had to maybe put them in a play-in or put them as a 15 seed or whatever going into the tournament.
If you had to ask me what I think the tournament's going to do, the committee, I think they're going to put him in. I think they're going to put him in.
I agree.
I really do.
What's their record now? Is it 30?
31-1.
31-1. So they're still going to figure out a way to put him in a play-in. That's what I believe will happen. Right or wrong, the most heinous thing ever. Any of those things. It probably doesn't fall under that heading.
No,
there are teams that are going to be ticked off
and have a right to be.
Yeah.
And have an absolute right to be.
I'm not saying that they won't.
There are mid-majors who, if they played Miami's schedule, would be 31-0.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they'd probably be 34-0 after they going through the MAC tournament and winning it.
Yeah.
So this isn't about power conference teams. It's about a team whose schedule is horrific.
Yeah.
And they don't deserve to be in the tournament.
Well, it's like we talk about with, let's just use Notre Dame as an example here real quick. Pull up the schedule, take a look at who they're going to play, take a look at the how many games they're going to be favored in and the likelihood that they're going to win them all. And they're going to get all the love in the world from the committee because it is, after all, Notre Dame. And they will be one of the higher seeds going into the college football playoff, having not played a whole hell of a lot in terms of 12 games without a championship game that they'll have to get through.
But we made this argument 2 years ago with Indiana.
Yeah.
We made the same argument. They didn't play anyone.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't play anyone, and that was that. They got in at the expense of a couple other teams that did play someone.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, as it played out, they played well enough against Notre Dame. Okay, they played well enough. It wasn't that good, but they played well enough to at least not embarrass themselves. But the teams that everybody thought should have been in there,
right,
like Alabama, got beaten up by Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Like South Carolina, got beaten up by Illinois in ball games. So at the end of the day, maybe it was fine that Indiana was in there. But I don't see Miami going into this tournament and winning a game. In fact, I see them getting blown out in the first game.
Well, yeah, based on what you just said.
Based on what you see.
Yeah.
I mean, watch them play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They've had 7 one-possession wins in the MAC.
Right.
7.
Based on the teams that they faced, and not a single quad 1 win, and all their other wins were in the quad 4.
In a bad conference, they've had 7 one-possession wins.
Yeah, not pretty at all. All right, we're going to get back to a leaderboard update, but I do have to hit on a couple of them just as far as guys that are on the move. Jack O'Brien will keep you up to date with everything that's going on, but you are seeing some good stories, guys that might be able to turn some heads once we go into the weekend if they can hang on. We forget, like I pointed out to Ian Carter, J.J. Spawn was a rotation or two of a putt falling at 18 to winning the Players before it forced a sudden death playoff. But just as far as our guys are concerned, guys that we picked, I'm seeing a few of them up there. You picked Victor Hovland.
Yeah.
And he's right now T3. Tommy Fleetwood, one of my choices, is right now tied at the top at 4 under par. But a couple of other guys, Oberg, JJ, that was one of yours, right?
Correct.
T6. Yeah, T6. So Ludwig is right now 2 under. T6, Matt Fitzpatrick, another one of my choices, 2 under as he's among the top 10. And then Akshay is also in red figures as he's sitting there at 1 under. Scotty Scheffler, Matty, one of your choices, 3 holes remaining, finishing on the front side. He's at 1 under. Did you pick Harris English as well?
I did.
Yeah, so he's 1 under right alongside.
You know what? I don't want to get too over on my skis right now, okay?
Right.
I'm just happy where I am right now. That's all.
Brooks Koepka just came through the par 3 8th. That was his 17th hole of the day, and he's at even par. And so he might have a chance to maybe get a birdie at his 18th hole, which would be the par 5 9th.
Did anyone pick him?
And get to 1 under? No,
Yeah,
no. But it's just I just want to keep an eye on him just to kind of see how he does as we go along. But we'll keep an eye on a few other ones coming up in just a bit. All right, we're rocking and rolling. Mr. Chubby's is where we're hanging out. With the weather as bad as it was early, it's now cleared. Play is back underway. So you got plenty to look forward to, especially if you are heading out. You may have had some people leave the golf course because of the horn sounding, and now you might have a little bit of an easier time traffic-wise to come on out. So either come here to Mr. Chubby's or head on out to the Players Championship.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
Okay, excellent show, everyone.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice. The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
And we are live at Mr. Chubby's. High Flying Jack O'Brien here. This report is brought to you by Firehouse Subs, Michelob Ultra, and by Julington Creek Pest Control. If you're still heading out here, there's some upcoming tee times you may have an interest in. Shortly after 2 o'clock, Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, and Sahith Thagala go at 2 o'clock. Followed by Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy, last year's champion, and Hideki Matsuyama go at 2:12. Both groups go off the first tee. Chris Gotterup, Justin Rose, and Min Woo Lee follow those two groups. Major powerhouse threesomes in the 2 o'clock hour. As we go to the leaderboard, Maverick McNeely has just gone back to 4 under par after bogeying number 15. Tommy Fleetwood has a couple of bogeys in a row, but birdie's number 6 and goes to 4 under. Those two are tied atop the leaderboard, 4 under par. Justin Thomas, Victor Hovland, Russell Henley, just a stroke back, -3. There's a bunch bunched up at -2, includes Ricky Castillo and Bud Cauley, Tony Finau, and Ludwig Oberg. All at 2 under par. Scott Scheffler is 1 under par. He just birdied number 6. And Brooks Koepka, even after 17, now playing his final hole, number 9, his 18th hole. We're live from Mr. Chubby's in Ponte Vedra. Hope you come by and see us following the Players. Every 20 minutes, we have updates and reports. I'm High Flying Jack. We're now back to XL Primetime.
Kubota keeps the job site running smoothly with the #1 selling compact excavator lineup in the world. Reliable, capable, and backed by strong dealer support. Stop by today to power up your crew. Right now, bring home select Kubota excavators with 0% financing available or save up to $4,800. Now through March 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit Coastal Equipment in Jacksonville and McClenny to reach your North Florida Kubota Superstore.
Are high-interest credit cards and other loans sucking the life out of your finances? It's time to say no more. Let Loan Pronto tap the equity on your home and get the cash you need now so you can pay it all off. Hey, it's Prosser here. Corey and Jack called Loan Pronto in a matter of days. They had $160,000. They kept their 3% mortgage intact, didn't even need an appraisal, and with all that cash, they wiped out all their credit cards and 2 car loans, saving $2,000 a month. You can do it too. LoanPronto.com, the rapid equity loan program, can get you $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 in cash. Chloe and Ethan just did it. Consolidated all their high-interest debt into one super low monthly payment, giving them an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine, pay off all the credit cards, slash your monthly payments, breathe easier. Get your life back. Interest rates are at 3-year lows. Call Loan Pronto today, 904-999-1500. That's 904-999-1500. Or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
At the First Coast YMCA, there's no place like this place, with programs and experiences that will bring your whole family together. Summer will be here before we know it, and Y Summer Day Camp registration is now open. Visit your local Y to secure your child's spot early for a season full of memories and adventure. Don't delay. Day camps will fill up. There's no place like this place, so visit your local Y to sign up or online at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
Get your Irish up. The first St. Patrick's Parade was right here in St. Augustine in the year 1601. Join the fun Saturday, March the 14th at 10 a.m. Be sure and wear your green proudly. More at CelticParade.com. Sponsored by St. John County TDC.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
The price of gold is soaring, and the price of silver is near record highs. If you've got gold or silver just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants it. Broken chains, old rings, coins, watches, diamonds, vintage jewelry. If it's valuable, they're buying it. No appointment needed. Just walk in, get a free appraisal, and walk out with cash. They're also buying pre-1964 silver coins, flatware, sterling silverware stamped 925. They're buying coin collections, gold, silver, foreign, and domestic. Plus, they've been in business over 35 years with thousands of prior happy customers. Licensed, bonded, state-certified scales, highest tech equipment, employees with GIA certifications. Begin gathering your valuables because the Estates Roadshow is coming back to the First Coast, March 16th through March 20th. St. Augustine at World Golf Renaissance and Palm Coast at the Holiday Inn Express. For more information, call Marshall at 609-781-6559 or go to estatesroadshow.com and follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook to see all upcoming events.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is it's raining again, but still playing at Sawgrass, which leads me to this, too. As we were leaving, I said this earlier, man, the crowd was just filing in. Hundreds upon hundreds of fans coming in. They didn't care about rain. They didn't care about storm clouds. They were coming in to enjoy this event. And that's what, look, I wouldn't be shocked at all, even with the rain, if they still have like a record Thursday turnout. It was packed there. And that's what I love about this. This event is so cool. It's so fun to see everybody out there enjoying themselves, families. You got little kids out there. It's the first time, Joe, for the women to go out and, wear their sundresses.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
It's a wonderful moment these 4 days from Thursday to Sunday.
Yep, they are definitely out there, and look, like we said, they'll survive anything. Okay, at all costs, they'll take it on. But like I said, I just hope the weather holds off because we're talking about maybe a little bit on Sunday that you're looking at.
Right.
I'm looking to see if I see any changes as far as the weather app is concerned, but it's no, it should be fine. Like a little bit of a threat of rain on Sunday afternoon, and you hope it doesn't mess things up like it did a year ago.
Wait, did that say 70% on Sunday?
Listen,
that's a little more than a little bit.
This is the problem, okay? I opened it up, I saw that, and then I said, you know what? Maybe a little bit of a chance of rain late in the day. Matt sees what? 70%? Holy crap! Yeah, that's what it says, but it always changes. If you don't like the weather in the Sunshine State, just wait 5 minutes, as they say.
It's La Nina, by the way, this year, which means it's going to be even wetter in the state of Florida this summer.
Oh, really?
Less hurricanes, but wetter for the state.
How do they know that?
I don't know. It's just what they forecast.
The other thing that kind of struck
it's La Nina, Joe.
When the hedgehog, the groundhog, said 6 more weeks of winter, I don't think that happened.
Well, it is there's some in the north where it is.
I'm just curious if it actually did up there. I don't know. I felt like we had
people in the north want to get their little 12 odd out and take care of that little guy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man.
So Brooks Koepka did come through 17 unscathed. He's right now playing the par 5 9th, which is his last hole of the day. But this is a classic stat. JJ, closest to the pen as far as what you think Brooks Koepka's career score total is at 17. What do you think
I actually have heard this. So but I know it's like
Matt.
plus. Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, Matt. Total score that you think Brooks Koepka has at 17.
Total for his career?
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It's not good.
I'm gonna say, yeah. I was thinking maybe like something weird like knowing Joe like 1 under. I'm gonna go like plus lucky 7.
Oh no,
Plus
I
what?
think it's like
7
plus 20 or something.
Yeah. Plus, what'd you say?
7.
Okay, so plus 7 for Matt, plus 20 for JJ. JJ with a little intel. Anyway, 20 trips to the 17.
Right.
Are you changing your score?
All right,
20
I'll move it to like
rounds.
if you're gonna allow me to move it, I'll price is right, JJ. I'll take 21.
Well, JJ
21
because
over.
he knew it. It's 20 over.
Wow.
20 over in 20 rounds at 17. Is that not nuts? And it's so funny because it's not like he made a bogey every single time, because he was in the press conference a little earlier this week and he's like
that hole's in his head.
Yeah, he said
he's probably
admitted it.
like birdied before, but he's doubled or whatever.
I think his highest is an 8. I'm almost positive.
Okay.
That's what he said.
That thing's in his head, man.
Yeah, oh, you better believe it. And so at the very least, it was number 8 for him this go around. He'll see it as number 17 tomorrow. But still, mentally, it can get you. It can wear you out. And it's just 137 yards. I did a fun thing with Yoda, Jacob, one of our social media guys yesterday. We went around and just kind of pointed out some hot spots, cool places, but then also the cool viewing areas. And then that walk around 16, 17, and 18, dude, if you're a player and you know how much is on the line, it will get to you. There's no question about it. And we'll see whether or not any of these guys have that experience, that carnage that can take place in that little section of the golf course.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not the only one to struggle there, obviously, but he's such a great player. He's played so well in majors. Yeah, I mean, clearly this thing is in his head. There's no doubt about that.
So 2 dudes right now are at the top, including Tommy Fleetwood. Maverick McNeely's the other one. McNeely is just a one-time winner on the PGA Tour, and for that matter, so is Tommy Fleetwood. He is a world-class player, but he only has 1 dub.
But he's also like with Vic Hovland. These are the guys that are just right there.
Oh, yeah. He's a FedEx Cup champion now, so is Victor. And so they all have what it takes. You would love to see the golfing Jesus, as I call him, to find the winner's circle more often. He's been in a bunch of playoffs and it's come up short. He's been in these big moments and just hasn't necessarily delivered. Another guy that is coming back, which is nice to see, is a former Players champion in Justin Thomas. He's T3 right now. He's 3 under par, and he's finishing up on the front side with just 3 holes left. So he's got to get through that big par 3/8, but also has the scoring par 5 9th in front of him. Russell Henley. Don't look now. Russell Henley is T3. Okay.
Really?
And Big Search right now.
Big Search took him.
Big Search right now is giving everyone who gave him grief the you-know-what. And so, yeah, he's sitting there 3 under.
And by the way, Scotty just bogeyed. He's back to even. He's missed 7 or 8. It was 7. It might be 8 at this point. Fairways today. Like, he is all over the place off the tee.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, that can't happen around this golf course.
Right.
That's for sure. It will end up getting you.
Fleetwood just dropped a shot. He missed like a 6-foot putt.
Savage.
So Maverick McNeely alone at the top.
Okay.
Does anybody have Maverick McNeely?
No.
Yeah.
But he's a good player.
Close. Yeah, you were so close.
So close to taking him, man.
Yeah, you mentioned him, that's for sure. Homa holed out on his second swing today. He's still in red figures. 1 under was a beautiful shot into 1.
Where's Hovland? He was 3 under at
into 10, where he holed it out. Hovland is
tied for second, 1 back.
Yeah. You're saying where's he at on the golf course? He's on the front 9 to finish with 3 to play.
He's only got 2 holes left, or 3 holes left.
Okay, yeah, so he's at 7, which is considered one of the tougher par 4s here. That's for sure. I'm just looking to see if I see any other.
I'm on your tail with Hovland, man.
Yeah.
You and the golfing Jesus. Just remember that.
All right, I'm just looking for some over par cats real quick before we are done.
Look at Tony Finau at 2 under. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I watched Finau yesterday just throw a dart at 15.
Finau has a great Jordan brand fit on, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like brown and white striped shirt. Yeah, I really like it.
Okay. Nice. And he's a high sock cat. Okay, he ain't afraid.
Is he?
He'll wear a high sock on.
Really?
Yeah.
How high are we talking?
Well, what do you mean? How can you tell? They
past
have
the
pants
ankle
on.
or mid calf?
Yeah, mid calf. You can.
He does not wear mid calf socks. There's no way.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Yeah. It's like one of our dudes said yesterday. He can't wrap his head around the idea that they're playing in shorts. So they can play in shorts in practice rounds. And so yesterday.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right, hang on 1 second. Is it a white sock or a colored sock?
Oh, it's a white sock. I'm telling you, it's
Just your old-fashioned tube sock. Your dad's tube
it's
sock.
a tube sock. Yeah.
Does it have like 2 red stripes at the top of it?
I was looking to see if he had the old champion logo on there or anything like that, but he did. He knocked it close, and so I like that dude. He would be a good player if he was able, or a good one to move up the leaderboard if he was able to.
He's played in like what are they called? The ones that the pants that elastic at the knees. What are they called? That Payne used to.
Yeah.
Payne used to wear.
Yeah, the plus.
Tony's worn those too, hasn't he?
I don't think so.
I thought I've seen him in those.
Yeah,
huh?
maybe, but I don't remember that. But anyway, +4s. That was totally Payne Stewart. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
All right, JJ, giveaway.
I do.
That rhymes. So go ahead and take it, man.
Yes, before we go to break, I have a pair of VIP tickets to the Celtic Festival this weekend at Francis Field in St. Augustine.
Nice.
Yep, right in Joe's backyard. So be caller number 4 right now at 641-1010, and I'll hook you up with VIP tickets.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
Be the first to discover the best new home community in beautiful Green Cove Springs. Highland Trail, where the rhythm of life slows down. Enjoy green spaces, luxury pools, pickleball courts, winding trails, and more at livehighlandtrail.com. Choose from 3 premium builders, just starting in the 300s.
Oh, at Highland Trail.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
All right, Jack, so let's talk about it. Spring cleaning feels great until your drains remind you what they've been holding on to all winter. If your sink's burping, your shower's backing up, or your toilet's hesitating like it's reading a blitz, it's time to call in the pros. Call Duck Duck Rooter. During their spring drain cleaning promotion, get your drains cleaned plus a free camera inspection for just $129. Must have outside clean out, honest pricing, proven experience, no fourth quarter surprises. When you're stuck, call the Duck. That's 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Shoot your shot on Prize Picks. Hicken here and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right, Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. All kinds of great features on Prize Picks, too, like stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. So, like, hey, Steph Curry, points, 3-pointers, assists. Now you can pick them all in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. But remember, you got to download the Prize Picks app today. Use code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right, but you must put in code 1010XL, and you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's all on Prize Picks. Prize Picks, man. It's good to be right.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
All right, so a couple of cats that you won't necessarily see at the top of the leaderboard. Doesn't mean they can't come back, but they also are off to some tough starts. And the bigger names are names that you're going to be familiar with that we need to bring up. Brian Harmon has been good here, okay?
He has.
Harmon is a Georgia boy.
Yeah.
He knows how to roll it, particularly on this grass. And he is through 16, and he's 3 over par. Guess who he's tied with? T64 right now on the leaderboard. Jordan Spieth.
Wow.
Jordo, did anyone pick him?
Hell no.
JJ almost did. You almost
No,
did.
I did
You were-
not. I
Or
would
then
never
Leon
pick
did.
that guy.
Somebody asked his age. I think it was Leon.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
we
yeah,
thought
he asked
he
his
might
age.
be over 35, which he's not. He's like 32.
Yeah. So we were a little surprised by that. And so he's sitting there 3 over. And I almost bit on this one dude. JJ can appreciate it because he went with Aldrich Potgieser. I was almost in on Sammy Valimaki because I just like
Wow.
saying it. I just like
Does he
saying
play for the
Sammy.
Italian baseball team?
No, he's the Finn. Okay, he's
Oh.
the Finn, first from Finland to win on the PGA Tour. And so he is Sammy Valimaki, and he is right now sitting 4 over par. Rico Hoy is a dude from, I want to say he's from the Philippines. He's 5 over. And then, gosh, who's the other dude that I was looking for? Oh, Patton Kazire is a Sea Island dude. Won 3 times on tour, 7 over through 14 holes. None of that's good. Davis Riley, Alabama kid, who went to the FCA and spoke yesterday.
Right.
So for that, he's got some points up there in golfing heaven. But he is right now 8 over par through 16.
Well, apparently doesn't have enough points in
Yeah,
golf yet.
that is not good. Emiliano Grillo, 12 over par today. Shot him at 84. That is no bueno. No bueno.
Maybe
All right.
he was the guy when I was trying to cross the course yesterday who hit 7 straight off the tee during the
Oh,
practice.
did he? Oh, my God. That might have been him. All right, let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Lauren Brooks joins us now. Helmets and Heels will stay holed up here at Mr. Chubby's.
Yeah, cozy
even
little
though
spot
the
we got
weather's
here.
much better.
Well, it's better for now, but as Morbid Matt has shown you on the radar, it is coming
Now
back.
I have this name. Now. Okay.
It's Matt
No, yeah,
Meteorology.
meteorologist Matt. Yeah, the rain is coming back. I don't know if they're going to suspend play necessarily, but I understand why they did. On my way here earlier, the wind felt like was like 20-mile-per-hour gusts, and the rain was coming down. And so, yeah, you don't want the fans out there and the guys playing out there. But I believe rain is back on the way, and then it looks like it should all be cleared out around 4 p.m.
Right. And so knowing there's a bunch of guys that still have to tee off.
Yes.
Xander, that group is going to be a huge
Xander's my
group.
guy.
Yeah, 212. Did you select him?
I did.
And so he's there with Rory McIlroy and Hideki Matsuyama, and we don't know where Rory's at, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, just in terms of his back spasms that he's having to deal with. But
We know that it was not good for Colin Morikawa.
yeah, a couple of other guys. And I showed Gio the video of Morikawa, and all he really does, it didn't even look like it was an aggressive swing. He walked away just quietly and then just barely touches back. Who knows, man? And he may be thinking long-term instead of short-term, but it sucked.
Yeah, before the back injury came out, I wondered if his wife went into early labor, but then I realized she's not due until May, so that's a good thing that she did not go into labor, and it was just the back.
All right, so what's coming up?
Yeah, we're going to obviously continue to update people on the Players' Championship like y'all have been doing, and we'll talk some football as well. And then at 3:15, Zach Goodall is going to join us. He has been at every single Florida football practice, so we want to dive into that and get into some Jaguars with him as well. So, yeah, I want to see, is Tramel Jones Jr. going to be potentially the starting quarterback?
Very much so, a
Very much
All right,
so.
Sounds good, Lauren. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Enjoy your wings and beer, gentlemen.
Yeah. the Goodall from Jacksonville to Gainesville, to Jacksonville, then back to Gainesville. It's good. I like that. I like hearing from Zach, so that's cool. All right, we're done. We had a good time. They will stay here at Mr. Chubby's, and you can obviously make this one of your post-up spots, that's for sure. Michelob Ultra, cold Ultra's being served up there at the bar. You can definitely enjoy it, that's for sure. We are done. Hopefully you can make it out and see a little more golf this afternoon. Joe C., Matty Hayes, we will send it back to JJville.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Hey, those guys look pretty good.
Talking sports and some other stuff, too.
Are you kidding? They're doing every cliche in the book.
Weekday mornings.
I was just sticking my nose into a lot of stuff that's none of my business and coming up with some crazy ideas.
On 1010XL, the Players' Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
And good afternoon, everybody. They turned my mic off. We're live at Mr. Chubby's on this first round Thursday of the Players' Championship. This report is brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, by Green Acres Sporting Goods, and by LiveForeverGolf.com. Well, after a short rain delay, the first round morning rounds are wrapping up. Right now, Maverick McNeely with a one-stroke lead over Russell Henley. He's played through 16. Tony Finau in the clubhouse with a 3-under par 69. He's 2 shots back. Ludwig Oberg is also in the clubhouse with a 69. He's 2 shots back. Fleetwood bogeys 3 of his previous 4 holes and has dropped a couple of shots, but he's only 2 back at -3. Now playing his final hole. Also at -3, Justin Thomas, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Victor Hovland. There's a group at -2 and at -1, which includes, of course, number 1 player Scotty Scheffler. We're live at Mr. Chubby's.